My name is Kerry McDonald. I'm an adjunct scholar at the Cato Institute, senior education fellow at the Foundation for Economic Education, and author of the book Unschooled, Raising Curious, Well-Educated Children Outside the Conventional Classroom. So I am a homeschooling mother of 4 children who have never been to school. And when the pandemic hit last spring in the US, again, shuttering schools across the country, homeschoolers' lives changed just as dramatically as school children's lives. Of course, we spend so much of our time immersed in the people, places, and things of our communities and found ourselves just as disconnected from that community as everyone else. I'm thinking particularly of Khan Academy, which is the leader in free online learning videos for children. It's used in many schools across the country. They're particularly known for their math curriculum, but they also have other subject areas as well for kids ages 2 to 18. And they have really boosted a lot of their programming and their tools since the pandemic began, including daily schedules for families to help them add some structure to the learning process. Again, all free and available. You see some of the big tutoring companies across the country, such as Varsity Tutors, offering some of their programming for free. You have low-cost organizations like Outschool.com, which is video-based live classes over Zoom in a wide variety of content. That's been really taking off, and they've provided some of their resources for free to public school students across the country. And then just in other areas as well, Duolingo, for example, free online language learning software that has a lot of functionality for children. So tremendous resources sprouting, and I think families are beginning to see that they are able to facilitate their child's learning outside of a conventional classroom with these digital resources. And of course, once we can add those real resources back in with those people, places, and things around us, it makes learning all the more fulfilling for students. So Pandemic Pod is really this new term for, in many cases, what is a traditional homeschool co-op, a parent co-op of families getting together to help facilitate children's learning, or bringing in outside educators to help with that process. So a Pandemic Pod in many ways is like a homeschool co-op. Microschools are similar in that in many cases they occur in small multi-age groups in someone's home, typically with a parent guide or a hired educator. And microschools had really been growing well before the pandemic hit. I think one of the differences that you see with the microschool networks is they often have an established curriculum, that sort of branded curriculum associated with that microschool network or microschool community, whereas the pandemic pods and the homeschool co-ops are much more emergent, organic, families kind of getting together to decide how they want to facilitate learning. Another difference, of course, with the pandemic pods in particular is that you've seen some districts where they've announced full remote learning only, at least to begin this coming academic year. Families are getting together to allow their children to learn remotely, but with other children. But what I'm starting to see even in my area are some of these outdoor activities through the homeschool groups starting to be announced for fall. So for example, in my area, homeschool soccer is on for the fall in an outside, city field. There's hiking groups, obviously trips to the beach, if that's available in your particular area. And then I think we'll see more of that, just lots of opportunities for outdoor exploration with different families. So I think if parents can connect with their local homeschool groups, that would be one way of determining what's available in your local areas.